it was absolutely horrible, and I can safely say that InterCaribbean Airlines is definitely worse than Liat. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your juicy girl Cranberry, and of course, as usual, it's a pleasure to have you guys click on another one of my videos. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on one of my videos. Remember to hit that subscribe button, smash that bell so you get post notifications every time I upload a video, so you don't miss any of my content. And if you're a regular berry, I am so happy to have you back here, and you are highly appreciated. So guys, in this video it's gonna be a story time. In my previous video I mentioned that I was going to do a vlog on my experience traveling to Barbados and using InterCaribbean. It was absolutely horrible, and I can safely say that InterCaribbean Airlines is definitely worse than Liat. We used to complain about Liat a lot, but InterCaribbean is definitely not it. And the customer service in Barbados is the absolute worst. So Zolani and I were going to Barbados. Our flight from Dominica was delayed. It was immensely delayed, but we eventually got to Barbados. We had a good time in Barbados. We spent an entire week. We were scheduled to come back to Dominica this Saturday. So our flight out of Barbados was scheduled to leave at 6:15 p.m. We got to the airport very early because we had to check out of our guest house early. We did go to get some food at some place called The Village, and then I was supposed to meet up with this friend of mine called Jade, and he said he was meeting me on the airport. So I got to the airport mad early. Like, we were on the airport by after 3 o'clock, and we checked in, went into the departure, we sat there. Time is going. At this point, remember, we've left our guest house from since like 12. Checkout was at 12. So Miss Zolani has already killed the iPad, and now all she wants is mommy's phone. We're in the departure lounge. I see 6:15 has come and gone. There's no announcement, and we're sitting here. I'm hearing announcements for flights to St. Lucia, to St. Kitts, to Guyana, to Trinidad, to St. Vincent. No Dominica. So at some point I got up and I walked over to the counter, and I asked the young lady, I said, Miss, at what time do you plan on calling the flight to Dominica? And she looks at me and she says, oh, your flight is delayed. We'll make an announcement soon. So we're sitting here, Zolani and I. She's she's an active too, so she's becoming very cranky. Half an hour passed, and then there's an announcement on the intercom that the InterCaribbean flight to Dominica has been delayed, and an update will be given in an hour. In an hour. Yeah, after we've been sitting there for hours already. It is after 8 in the night. They call all passengers on flight to Dominica. Please see the clerk at the desk. We go to the desk with no updates. They give us a 30 Barbadian dollar food voucher to go to Subway or Island Grill with no update. Anyway, everybody, and it's a bunch of Dominicans sitting on the airport, a bunch of Dominicans. We go to Subway. At this point, I figured might as well walk around duty free with Zolani. She picked up a hat, some sunglasses. I bought myself a perfume, went back into the departure, and we're sitting there. And this little lady is cranky, and she's crying. She's crying, and I'm trying to console her. At some point, the girl got back on the intercom and she said they were going to provide an update in half an hour, 30 minutes. So I'm sitting here and I'm walking around with Zolani, and you know, Dominicans start complaining because everybody wants to go home. We're hearing all these other flights being called. People are coming, meeting us in the departure lounge and leaving, and we're just there. No one is telling us anything. So Miss Lady is crying and 30 minutes has passed. I am walking up and down with her, trying to console her, saying, "Oh, it'll be okay, mama." So I say to the young lady, "Miss, 30 minutes has already passed. Is there an update?" She's staring at me like I'm speaking to the wall and not to a human being. And this man who is sitting next to her, because other Dominicans are now, you know, a little antsy, he says to ignore them. And for the life of me, I don't understand why you would want to ignore me, because I didn't take leaves to purchase my ticket on that airline. And if you are having such great delays, it is only respectful to provide updates. And apparently, this is a habitual thing for InterCaribbean to just leave Dominicans stranded in an airport for hours with no updates. Guys, after 9 came, after 10 came, and I'm here with my child, cranky. We did not leave Barbados until it was almost 11 o'clock at night, and did not land in Dominica until almost midnight. By the time I got to my home, it was almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Almost 2 o'clock in the morning. This was just pure and utter disrespect, as far as I see it, for the passengers on the aircraft. And InterCaribbean, you are definitely not it. You guys are absolutely worse than Liat, because you cannot tell me every single day, every single time you have all these delays, and apparently Dominicans are the ones affected the most. This just doesn't make any sense to me. People across the entire Caribbean are affected, I'm sure, but it seems like we as Dominicans are getting the brunt of these delays and being stuck on an airport with no information and being treated so disrespectfully in Barbados. I, for one, will not be traveling on InterCaribbean again. You will never get my money. That airline will absolutely never get my coins, because I spent good coins for me and Zolani to travel for our little vacation. Zolani just turned 2, so you know what that means? I had to pay full ticket price for little miss. So I don't think it is fair for me to be treated with disrespect as if I I don't even know what words to use, by being ignored and not being given updates. InterCaribbean, I shall not be flying you ever again. Caribbean Airlines, if I choose to travel, will be getting my coins, and if they don't fly to where I'm going, I would prefer not to travel. But your company sucks and your customer service sucks. That's my opinion, and according to Steve Harvey, that's the way I see it. Guys, this was my little story time. It was like that's the worst I've ever experienced traveling, and it weighed on me because I had to be trying to console my 2-year-old daughter. And I mean, these kind of conditions is not for a little child. She wanted her bed, and she was fed up. The adults were fed up. So far less for Zolani. Anyway, this was my little 2 cents, my little story time on InterCaribbean Airlines. Thank you guys for taking the time to listen to my little rant, and I hope you guys stay tuned for my next video. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye.